Hello everyone, I am Rose Puppy. It is the 17th of November in the year 2020, and this is my first video on YouTube. So I just finished my last class, and I have some time before I really have to do anything, and I'm bored, so I thought I'd tell a little story. Enjoy! Before we get into it, first a little backstory. So if you haven't already guessed from my name, I love dogs. I love them. They are my favorite animal. Cats are my second. I have wanted a dog for as long as I can remember. I currently have a cat named Pixie and 1.5 dogs. I say that as a joke since my dog Lou doesn't live with us all the time. I'm not going to go into that right now, maybe another time, as Angel is really the only one of my pets who is important to the story. So anyway, like I said, for as long as I can remember, I begged my parents for a dog, and before we got Lou, I promised that if we got a dog, I would take care of them, and that's what I've done. I usually feed them every evening, and I walk them every morning and every evening, even when I don't want to, which is quite often, to be honest, because I'd much rather just sit and just do nothing and watch videos and just be left alone, except by the dogs and the cat. Anyway, since we got Lou, I have become, and I've started walking the dogs. I have become more familiar with not just the people who live on our block, but also just in our neighborhood in general, those who live nearby, and that includes our dogs. And my dog Angel, she's one of the sweetest dogs I have ever met, if not the sweetest, and I am not exaggerating. She just loves everybody she meets. She thinks everyone should be her friend and love her instantly. And it's just so cute. Fortunately for us, that does include the vet. She loves the vet. Unfortunately, it includes skunks as well. Well, that is a story for another time. I might talk about it, I might not. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right. So one of the annoying things about dogs is that they bark. Angel, whenever she sees another dog, she wants to say hi, and she will bark. She will just, woof, 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 woof. It's really annoying. It can be really frustrating. Because she just won't stop, and she'll just keep wanting to go say hi. And she also has a bad habit of, if she hears someone walking by her house, she will bark. And it's frustrating. She will also bark at the mailman. So anyway, yeah. Oh, one more thing real quick before I start telling the story. I am fully aware of the stigma against pit bulls. I am aware that many people think that they are dangerous, bloodthirsty monsters. But in my experience, that's not true. I've met quite a few pit bulls in my life, and they're some of the sweetest pooches I have ever met. Actually, one used to live across the street from me. He was one of the sweetest dogs I've ever met. I have never, ever even heard him bark. He was just such a good boy. My dogs are like, woo, 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 all the time. Someone walks by his house, doesn't bother him. He's just he's a sweet boy. He was all love, no bark, no bite. And it's like sometimes I see him, because sometimes his owner will be here or leave him with the people who live there now. Well, actually still live there, because I'm not going into it, but anyway, sometimes I see him, and it's always nice to see him after he and his owners moved away. Anyway, Anyway, on to the story. Okay, first let me set the scene. So this was sometime in March. It was a Sunday, and we were eating lunch. My parents were chatting with some friends on Zoom while they ate. Like they do, like pretty much every Sunday, I guess. During lunch, like since this whole lockdown thing started. Anyway, so I think my sister was watching TV. Like, she really didn't do anything in the story. So like the entire time this was going on, she was sitting on the couch just watching TV. So anyway, and I was looking through YouTube, watching videos while I ate, and Angel was outside on the balcony that looks out onto her driveway. So anyway, okay. So I'm eating lunch and browsing YouTube for something interesting to watch, and then Angel starts barking. Not out of the ordinary. She usually barks when she's out there and she sees someone walking by. No big deal. So my mom goes and calls her inside. Now, usually, like when she hears us open the door, she will come running. When she doesn't come when she hears us open the door, she will come usually when we call her. But when my mom called, but this time when my mom called her, she didn't come. My mom called her several times and she would not come. She just kept barking at whatever it was she saw. So my mom goes out and she goes to see what Angel is barking at. And then she comes back and she asks me, "Hey, you know all the neighborhood pit bulls, right?" I'm like, "I wouldn't say all of them, but some of them, yeah, why?" She tells me that there was a dog outside, and that was why Angel was barking. No dog. Whoops. Sorry. There was a dog. She saw a dog, but no owner with it. No leash, no owner, nothing. And she wanted to know whether or not I knew the dog. I recognized it. And so later, later after this thing, she told me that when she saw the dog, she was kind of standing on her back legs, kind of, and looking up at Angel like they were. So it was like they were trying to reach each other. Makes sense. And you'll understand why it makes sense. Later. So anyway, I say, what's the dog look like? She's like, it's brown and white. I'm like, I can't really tell from that description. I mean, it might be one of Angel's friends, who I know, but I'm not sure. It could be a dog I don't know. So I'm like, I'm gonna go look. So I look through. So I go to the front door and I look out the window that's in the front door. It's a little window. I can't see anything. So, without thinking about what would happen if this dog is vicious, I open the door and step out onto the porch. Now, I don't need internet strangers telling me how dangerous and stupid that was. My parents gave me a stern talking to afterwards, after this whole story thing I ended. Anyway, also, what was just going through my head is, what if it's one of Angel's friends? I don't want them getting hurt, because the thing is, I've actually, once when I was getting the dogs out, they started barking at something, and I looked, and I saw a dog. I saw one of Angel's friends, who is a pit bull, who she, was in the streets, and because she had gotten out of her neighbor's yard. Not the first time it's not the first time that's happened either. So anyway, I opened the door, but also I was not expecting that I would see a strange dog stepping onto the porch. But that's what I saw. I went on the porch, and I was shocked to see this strange pit bull mix I had never seen before in my life, stepping, like, she just reached the top of the stairs, and she was stepping onto the porch. Her tail was wagging, and she greeted me. She went up to me, and I petted her a little, and she walked right inside. She walked through the door into my house. And, like, for a few seconds, I was just standing there shocked, and then I started laughing and yelling. I was like, Mom, Dad, the dog went inside. So they both come, and they're both trying to, like, stop the dog, who was just going around the house, checking out, like, the living room, the dining room and stuff. And she even plays with Angel a little bit, and the little pup. She's so happy to be interacting with another dog for the first time in several weeks since the lockdown started. And she's just so happy. And yeah, she's a sweet dog. This dog that we don't know whose name. By looking on her collar, her name was Harley. And she's a sweet dog, just very friendly, very sweet. And yeah, and so we get her outside, and we put on this leash that my dad uses when he's outside watering the plants, and Angel's with him. And so I'm sitting with her, petting her on the porch, while my mom is trying to call the owners, using the phone number on her collar. So eventually she reaches the owners, and she tells them, "Hey, we have your dog," and stuff. And so they come, and they say that they've been looking for her, and that she had just gotten out not too long ago, luckily. And yeah, so they take her, and yeah, it was nice. We go back inside. I guess they're talking to about how dangerous that could have been if the dog was vicious, blah blah blah. But yeah, it was nice. We made a new doggy friend. And yeah, it was great. It was really the most exciting thing that's happened to me. That's happened this quarantine. The entire time, my sister was sitting on the couch watching TV as if nothing was happening. Isn't that right, sis?
Yes.
So anyway, after all that, so the next day, I'm going out the door with Angel. I'm going to the steps, and I find a package of chicken-flavored paw pies and an envelope with a thank you card in it from Harley and her family. And I bring it inside, and it was really nice. So yeah, that's the story of the time a dog walked in my house. Now here is a picture of Harley. It's not that good, I know, but it was the best one I got. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.